YouTube. I see you've come here to build a community. Well, you've come to the right place. My name is Kabhaal. I am a horror VTuber here on twitch.tv. I deal in all things spectacularly spooky to include content creation. In the past year, I've been able to build up a community from next to nothing to what it is today. Thriving and full of life, and definitely not trapped in the basement. If you're curious on how to build your community, well, today we're going to have a talk, and I'm going to explain to you the steps that you can go through to build your community as a streamer, and the ways that you want to bring people into it, and use the various platforms at your disposal to do so. And there's a lot of things that go into building a community. A lot of things that don't seem very intuitive at the moment. A lot of people, when they are like, man, I want to be a streamer. I want to build a community. I want to, have people come and, interact with me and watch my content and everything like that. It's like, what do I do? It's like, I just go live on Twitch, right? Wrong. Sorry to burst your bubble. The days of go live, get big on Twitch are long dead. And that's just not something that happens anymore. Today, it's all about syndication. Syndication. If you don't know what syndication is, basically what you're going to be doing is you're going to be taking your content, you're going to be putting it on as many platforms as possible and tailoring it to those platforms. For example, if you're going to be on Twitter, maybe you want to put funny clips on there. Maybe you want to put, like little tutorials on there. Something that's going to, have somebody want to interact with it. If you're on TikTok, maybe you want to do something that's a bit more memey. Maybe you want to do something that's a bit more of a trend. You can also do clips on there as well. YouTube, you can do what I'm doing right now. Produce a video, put it on YouTube. You might have to edit it down yourself, but hey, guess what? It's good practice. And the reason I talk about these things is because utilizing all the tools at your disposal is what you're going to need to do to build your community. When you're starting off, nobody's going to want to watch your content. Nobody's going to actually, care at all, because that's the way we all start out. Everybody starts out from nothing with content, and it's up to us as the content creator to build ourselves up. But Cab, that sounds hard. That's because it is. But it's not impossible. And that's what this talk today is going to be about giving you the tools to build that community that's going to interact with your things on the various platforms and give you the ability to grow as a content creator, which we're actually going to talk about in another YouTube video. But Campbell says hi. Just like any business, it starts from zero. Absolutely correct, chat. You may be thinking, okay, well, I want to build a community. I want to go out there and I want to be known. How do I get started? I'm going to tell you right off. Twitch is not your answer. More than likely, what you're going to want to do starting off is, you want to be a streamer, try YouTube first. I'll use myself as an example. So when I started out with content creation, did I start out streaming? No, I actually started out making YouTube Let's Play videos. And yeah, I've since moved past that content. But one of the things it taught me was to, one, be the sole source of conversation. Like right now, we have notifications turned off. I'm not looking at chat. I'm actually just going off on a tangent. That's not something I'm naturally able to do. It's something I learned over time. It's something that you can learn over time. Not only that, but when you produce content on YouTube and things like that, you get used to streaming to nobody, because guess what? We're not streaming to anybody. We're recording things. And that's going to pay dividends in the long run. It's going to allow you to improv. It's going to allow you to be able to tell stories. It's going to allow you to be the sole source of conversation, which when you're starting out with streaming, you're going to need. Not only that, but when you produce YouTube content and you put it on YouTube, you are at that point in time using their machine learning, using their algorithm to reach people that you're really not going to be able to reach on Twitch otherwise. When you're doing things like content, you want to use passive discovery platforms like YouTube, like TikTok, because on platforms like Twitch, when you're live, you're only ever going to be discoverable when you're live. That's when you're going to be popping up in people's recommended. It's when you're going to be popping up in people's feeds. Go ahead and use the tools that are available to you. You may be like, Cab, I don't like TikTok. Well, I'm sorry. You're just going to have to get over it. That's one of the tools available. It's what other people are using to make themselves discoverable as well. If you want to win the game, you have to play it. Use all the pieces on your chessboard. Exactly. And so, on that topic, on talking about, using the passive discovery of these different platforms, one of the things we need to talk about is we need to talk about funnels, because the concept of funnels as a business, as marketing, as strategy is integral to building a community, even as a content creator. Like, it's not a foreign concept for, a lot of content creators to kind of dive into marketing. And this is something I've actually learned, friends that are professional marketers or, professional, like, they have history as being, community leaders for very, very large communities, or even like entire studios. What the heck is a funnel? I'll go ahead and tell you what a funnel is. A funnel is essentially how you're going to get people into your community and how you're going to filter them into the community so you have people that are actually like dedicated, participating in it, everything like that. When we're looking at funnels, we're going to be looking at the top and we're going to be looking at the bottom. What is the top of the funnel? The top of the funnel is going to be your things like YouTube, like TikTok. These massive platforms with innate discoverability where you're going to be posting your content and people can find you whenever. It's going to be things that, you know, people will be able to just stumble across and they'll be like, this person looks nifty. And then they'll be able to follow links or other such things to the second part of your funnel. The second part of your funnel is going to be things like your Twitch, like your Twitter. And you may think to yourself, well, wait a second. No, like I want people to come to my Twitch. That's the bottom of my funnel. That's my destination. No, 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 no. You're missing out on something very, very important. You see, when you're on Twitter, when you're on Twitch, things like that, you can do things that are called CTAs. What is a CTA? A CTA is a call to action. Call to actions are essentially like, hey, chat, type in !Discord and it will pop up in the chat and you can go click on that link and join the Discord, just like that. When you're using that ability as a community leader, this allows you, to direct people to things like your YouTube or, direct people to things like your Discord. Speaking of Discord though, that's the bottom of your funnel. And you may be like, but Cab, I don't really want, like, why would I have a Discord? I'll tell you why you have a Discord. Because the Discord is the bottom of your funnel. You see, all these platforms, YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, everything like that. These are all platforms that rely on algorithms for people to see your things, for people to know that you're going live, for people to know, how they can, and like when they can interact with you, and like oftentimes can really only interact with you on like a non-live basis, with the exception of Twitch, because Twitch is a live experience. Discord seems like a lot to manage. Oh yeah, no, it absolutely is. But that's part of the reason you want to start building your community. You want to find the people within the community that you really, you really work well with, that are actually folks that contribute to it, that are really into it and, are about your content and about you as a creator. And you want to find those leaders within the community. And those are the people that can help you, help you build that community, help you manage that community. Ultimately, it's going to be up to each and every individual, to choose, like what their team, their mod team, whoever is. But that is also a topic for another video. Why do we want to get people into the Discord? Well, Discord basically serves as a home base for your community. When you have the Discord, you're not relying on algorithms. You're not relying on the whims of other platforms. You're not relying on anything like that. The people that get in your Discord, that join your Discord, are more likely than not going to be some of the most loyal of your viewers, the most loyal of your community. And they're going to be the people that want to genuinely interact with you as a creator. And yeah, you may be busy because content creation is a lot of work. But having access to those people, being able to communicate with them on a one-on-one basis, that is insanely valuable as a content creator. And that is the foundation of your community. Being able to communicate it, being able to interact with it, and not having to worry about, oh, is Twitter going to push this tweet out and anybody going to see it? Oh, is anybody going to wonder about, oh, when does this YouTube video go live? No, all those things you don't have to worry about on Discord because you have a handy little tool called @everyone. Side note, please use it sparingly because if you're just constantly @everyoneing, people will mute it. For example, we have my Discord. We have over 1,000 members in this Discord. It will actually show me when I go to @everyone how many people are going to be receiving this message. For me, with the size of my Discord, it's only about 600 people. Why? Because people hate getting pinged. But yeah, when you have that ability to, talk to your community, to alert them when you have new content coming out, you're going to have higher engagement rates. One of the things you're going to be looking at with a lot of platforms is because they run off of algorithms, the initial going live of a video or piece of content or something like that, the initial engagement that you're going to get on that is going to be integral to how far it goes in the long term. For example, when we put out a YouTube video hit on the YouTube, I go into the Discord and I'm just like, hey, we have this YouTube video that has gone live. And what do people do? They go and they click on it. They go and they watch it. Also, another strategy that I use is whenever we put out a YouTube video, oftentimes, instead of raiding into somebody off of Twitch, I'll be like, hey, we have a YouTube video that has just gone live because I will keep the video unlisted until I'm about to end stream, I will then list the YouTube video, it goes live, and I'm like, hey, here's the YouTube link. Go check out this video we just put out. That in turn boosts it in the initial algorithm, which will then send it out to more people, and more people will be able to see it. More people will be able to watch it. More people will be able to enjoy it, you know, and like it, comment on it, and everything like that. And essentially, it feeds the algorithm in a positive way that is going to promote your content to more people, which ultimately, as a creator, that's what you want, because when your content is promoted, your content is going to be seen by more people. When it's seen by more people, you're more than likely going to have more people following those links, checking out your different platforms, and ultimately, some of them will filter into becoming community members. I made that mistake of adding everyone every time I'm in a small update, unfortunately, Cap. I mean, like, hey, it happened. At the end of the day, none of us really know what we're doing. Like, it's about gaining the experience. It's about, you know, figuring out what you want to do with content and, you know, like learning. And that's what these entire videos are about, are just learning. But Cab, how do we moderate Discord and Twitch? How do we get moderators? Yet again, that's what I was talking about earlier. You're going to look for those individuals that are, you know, very active within the community, but they're also, you know, trusted and you know, very, I guess you could say, moderate members of the community. It's people that are going to interact, but they often interact with an even hand. Me personally, when I go and I look for moderators, I look for people that often are like, yeah, I don't want to be a mod. And, you know, I'll talk to them about them. I'll talk to them about it. I'll get a feel for them and, you know, see if I think they're going to be a good fit. Oftentimes, one of the things I look for is like people just like, yeah, I don't want to be a mod. But I love this community. I love this, you know, entire thing that we have, and I want to help make it better. Because one of the things you're going to be having to deal with is, you know, there are people like, I want quote unquote authority, you know, within a community, and those people, no, get them out. So, you know, with access to all the people in your community, in your Discord, that is going to be the foundation of your community. And yeah, it's going to start off slow. You're not going to have a lot of people. One of the things I want you as a content creator to understand is that, yes, in the beginning, you're probably going to be interacting a lot on the Discord, but as you get busier, you know, as you grow as a creator, oftentimes it can be hard to continue to be, you know, active, especially in voice calls. Like, for example, I will sometimes join in voice calls in my Discord, and we'll have like maybe 20, sometimes 30 people join into a Discord call. It can get chaotic. It can really wear on you, especially when you're already giving so much of yourself as a creator, you know, to the community through your content, through videos, you know, through answering questions. It can be draining, and that's okay. The people that are there for you and really enjoy your content, they will understand, all right? It's not something that you have to stress about. Like, yeah, some people will come in. Maybe some people will be weird chimp. Maybe some people will be a little monka S. It happens, all right? But at the end of the day, that's your community. You moderate it, and you need to make it a place that is going to be comfortable for you. Because it's not comfortable for you, you're not going to have a good time. And if you're not having a good time, you're not going to be able to produce the best content that you can, and you're not going to be able to make the best community that you can. And that, at the end of the day, should be your objective. Make the best community that you can. All right, so now we're going to have a bit of a Q&A question from chat. We've got them live here. You know, people have questions about building community, about things like that. And so we're going to go ahead, we're going to answer these. So we've got a question from Judo Kami. Is being consistent helpful in growing your channel? Yes. Yes, consistency is actually really key to, in my opinion, growing your channel, growing your community, things like that. Analogy I like to use is the concept of a movie theater. Content and, like, you know, your channel, your content, things like that, especially with streaming, is kind of like movie theater. Are you going to go to a movie theater that doesn't have times posted, that you have no idea when it's going to be open, and you have no idea what movie is going to be playing? Like, does that mean that you have to go out and on Twitter, you have to have everything scheduled, like every week, everything? No. But kind of sticking to a schedule is one of the things that you want to do. You want to have, you know, available to people that are looking for your content. If somebody's like, hey, what time are you going to be live? You want to be able to at least, you know, have a time frame and have the days that you're going to be going live. Me, for example, here on Twitch, I'm live Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, 11 to noon. EST is when I go live, and people know that if they pop in around that time, I'm more than likely going to be live. And if I'm not, I'm probably going to put something out on, guess what? The Discord, because I can let everybody know that, hey, I'm not feeling well, or I've got other things going on, or maybe we're working on a project and I just don't have time to stream that day. That's one of the upsides of having your community in a medium like a Discord. You can let everybody know, hey, there's not going to be a stream today, because I know I'm feeling sick, or I'm not feeling well, or I have other things going on, or maybe I have, you know, finals or something like that. And keeping people informed is going to make people feel like they're connected, which with when you're building a community, you want people to feel like they're connected. You want people to feel like they are part of the community. It's a very, very good thing to have. All right, so we have a question from Purple Niger. How long should we do YouTube before trying out Twitch, assuming there's a recommended time frame? I don't think there's a recommended time frame. I think it's getting to the point where you feel like you're comfortable being able to go live and carry on a conversation for I want to say like, you know, around 2 hours. Like if you can stream for around 2 hours, it's pretty good. And you can then take those 2 hours of content, make those into a YouTube video, something, make it into a highlight reel. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It just has to be something that you can use for content. Don't let your VODs sit and go to waste. That's a personal mistake I've been doing for the last year, and it's something that now I'm looking to correct. I'll go ahead and I'll use myself for an example. When I was doing YouTube, I knew that I did want to stream. However, I knew that I was a very quiet person. I was a very soft-spoken person. I knew that I didn't really know how I wanted to stream. And ultimately, the way I made content and the way I wound up streaming are now very, very different. Like actually, if you look down on the YouTube channel, if you look through all of my old content, you can see the very first YouTube video I ever made. It is very, very different from the content today. I spent about 8 to 9 months doing YouTube before I even thought about streaming, because that's where I started to feel comfortable in my skills as a content creator, in my skill as a narrator, everything like that, to get to the point where I was like, if I'm streaming to nobody, I can still keep talking. I can still carry on a conversation and be entertaining. So if anybody does come into my stream, they're like, hey, this guy's pretty nifty. I might want to stay around and watch and become a part of his community. And we got another question from GoTastic. What is the first thing one should focus on in content creation streaming? My opinion, and this is probably going to be a hot take for a lot of people, is that you are entertaining yourself. Now, you may be like, oh, well, now I gotta sit there and I can play a video game. And, you know, I just sit there in silence and it's entertaining to me. Yes, it's entertaining to you, but you need to learn how to vocalize that entertainment. Take that entertainment that you feel and channel it into being a outward force as well. That's one of the things that I adhere to. Why do I stream? It's because I enjoy streaming, but it's also extremely entertaining to me. Every day I go on, I turn on the stream, I do it because it entertains me, because I enjoy doing it. I enjoy the process of it, and I have a fun time doing it. One of the greatest things that people underestimate is the ability for people to sense if somebody's having a good time. I go and I stream, I go on rants, I go on tangents, I'll yell at video games, I'll just, you know, all sorts of chaos will happen. But at the end of the day, I am having a good time and I am entertaining myself. I then take that entertainment and I project it outwards. So other people who are maybe stuck at work, maybe they're stuck driving, maybe something else, they can also have a good time. They can enjoy themselves through me, because guess what? Sometimes life sucks. And at the end of the day, we as streamers, we're entertainers. Yinlock, exactly. Externalize your joy, reactions, feelings, vibe. Yes, that is good. Look at chat. Chat's so smart. But anyways, yeah, that's going to be our basic lesson on how to build your community as a streamer. If you have any questions, we're going to have links down for the Discord in the YouTube comment section. Or you can always join me live here on Twitch. Like I said before, I'm live Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Generally from 11 a.m. EST around to noon EST are the times when I go live. And I'm generally live for about 5 to 6 hours. You can pop in. I'm always open for content questions. Feel free to ask away. I love talking about the subject. I love educating people that, you know, want to get into content creation. It's something that is a central tenet of this community. Or if you just want to pop in, you want to watch a purple noodle man yell at things or talk about spooky things, you're welcome as well. But that's it for today. I'll hope to see you in the next YouTube video where we're going to be talking about more chilling content creation topics. Until then, though, have a good one, YouTube. Bye-bye.